Hello everyone, my name is Harish, and in today's tutorial we will be seeing how to use Jspdf to create a PDF in your Angular application. So my requirement is that I have this page where you can view all this information, and I want to have a print button here, and on click of that I want to print all this information as a PDF file. So let's get started and with our code. So I'm going to use VS Code for this, and I'm already in my application like source code wherever you want to write it. And this is my controller for like component for my view, and this is the actual view which is getting rendered here, which you see here. So before even getting started, we have to first get Jspdf installed. So for that you have to fire two commands, npm install jspdf --save. So this will install jspdf to your project. So make sure you are in your application, and at the root of your application just fire that command. And also we will be using HTML to canvas to convert our HTML into a canvas image, and then put it on our JSPDF, render it and create PDF with that. So let's install that also, HTML to canvas --save. So with this both of these things will be available in my component. So let's wait for it to install. It will be very quick. And so we have both the dependencies now available. So with this I have added this import HTML to canvas, and also JSPDF. Let me move it down here so that you can see it both. So I am importing JSPDF and HTML to canvas, and we will be using both of these to render on create a PDF on our page. So first of all we need a button on our application. So I'm going to add a button here, and I'm just going to copy paste that boilerplate code. So with this I have a button for print option, and I need to add a method here which I will be calling on click. So let's add that click, and let's call it what should we call it, print order. Okay, print purchase order. So now we need to create this method in our project, in the component. So let's add that method here. So now with this we have a method available. So let's check whether it's getting called or not. So let's go back to our application and open inspect. So I have this inspect here, and let's clean this, go back here. I have a test purchase order which I created, so I'm just going to open it. And my application is Angular based, and as a backend there is a file stored DB which I am using. So I guess it's going to take some time to open up. Okay, purchase order, and let's go here. And with this if I click on print, this is getting called. So now let's move on to next step of actually creating that JSPDF object. So we will start writing that code here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. And first of all we need to create a object or reference to JSPDF let's write it JSPDF, and we create the object. And with this, we need to first get a reference to whatever element we want to print. So okay, my application keeps restarting. I need to stop that server so that that restart doesn't happen as of now, because we keep updating the code and it takes some time. So let me just open up that page so that it's easier to see. Okay, it's taking some time to build. So the build is done. Since I'm running my server in dev mode, it's always restarts it. So let's go to that order and here. So I will keep it like this, and let's stop the server so that we can still view. Now I want to get access to this div in which I am showcasing all the information. So for that I need to create a reference or give an ID to that div, and this is my div which I am adding all that information. So I am going to add an ID here. With that ID I will get a reference to that div. So let's call it purchase order div, and now let's go back to this function, and in this function let's get a reference to that div. So let's call it let data equal to document dot get element by ID, and our ID name is purchase order div. So now I have a reference to that div. So I'm going to create another method which I will be calling. Let's call it generate PDF, and we will pass the data, this data. Why I'm doing like this? To make it more easier if I want to print some other element with this generate PDF, I will be able to do that. Then I don't have to attach my generation with this function. I can easily call this function from other places as well. So now my data reference is there. So let's write our code here. So what I have to do, I have to create a HTML to canvas. So let's write HTML to canvas and pass this data or the HTML content. You can call it HTML content as well, and pass this HTML content to HTML canvas. So what it will do, it will return you a canvas created with this HTML content, and then we will be working on that. So we have a canvas and write a anonymous function here, and with this we will work on that. So let's create some options like first of all we need to create the width for that image which we will be using. So I'm just going to put something as random currently. Then we can modify it based on canvas size and all those things. We can do it, but for now I'm putting that information like height and width. And for that I can take canvas height, canvas dot. So why I'm doing width as static and height as variable based, because I just wanted to show you that you can do like this as well. So image width, and let's divide this with I need some more space, so I will move this here, and canvas dot width. And now let's create now let's create a constant for content of that image. So whenever you create canvas, you can get data out of it using the method data URL. For that, we can write canvas dot to data URL, and then what kind of data you want. I want an image PNG type, and then we can create the PDF object by passing this options to like JSPDF and giving it a landscape mode, and then putting the measurement as mm based, millimeter based, and then what type, page orientation, page type is A4 size, and then let's set the position where we want to start as 10, because we don't want to start at the top corner, so I am just taking 10, and then I'm going to add image, and the image we have created already above, content data URL, and then the type PNG, and the position 0, and position here. So here VS Code is also showing you what kind you want, X and Y and all those positions you have to give, and then image width, and then image height, and then what we have to do, we just have to simply call pdf.save, and then give a name to our PDF. Let's call it purchase order .pdf, and we are done. I just realized that I created this object uselessly. I'm not even using it. I'm just going to remove it because I'm doing it here like this. So now let's run our server again. So once it is up and running, we will see how it prints it. Even before we run it and see how the PDF is created, I will tell you that there is already an issue, which I will show you what. So we have an image in our table or the page, which I am loading from external resource or Google storage. So it has a different domain. So it's a cross origin file which is showing in my view page. So let me show you where is that image. So that image is around at the bottom here. So I am loading that image from Firestore storage or Google storage, and it is in different domain. It's a cross origin file, so it's loading in my view. But when I will be printing, since JSPDF doesn't allow you to do this cross origin image print, so then it will not be printing that image. So let's go back and refresh this, and I don't need to sign in, it will automatically do that. So let's go to purchase order again, and we select, oops, I don't want to select this one, I want something with image so that I can show you. So now this image is showing up here, but if I click on print PDF, so it's going to print it, and I can see the purchase order. So there is some issues like the background and all those things. We will fix these but at least we are getting a PDF here, but the image is not there. So now we need to fix this, and we have to do it. We want to get our image also printed here. For now, let's go back and try to fix that. And to fix that, how you can do that is you need to create a local storage of that image using like you have to download it and save it on your local storage, and then by using a canvas you can print it on your screen as well, and also get that image printed on your PDF as well. So now for now I'm going to stop this server again, and I'm going to remove this image from here. So let's start writing some code here to download that image in our local storage, and then create using one canvas on our view. So what I have done, I created a div as my container for the image. So now this is my image box, and I have to start downloading that image here. So I'm going to create one method, or rather just copy paste one method, so that I'm not writing everything from zero. So let me show you what exactly I'm doing. I don't need this. Okay, I don't need this as well. I don't need this as well. So let me comment it. Now I have created a method start download. So this I will be using to download that image, and whenever my page is loaded, and I am putting cross origin as anonymous, and sending that request to my Firebase storage and cloud storage, and then getting that image. And here I have created a listener which is image received, and as soon as I receive the image, I am using this canvas. I'm creating a canvas and then adding that image to that canvas, and like drawing that image, and then in my image box which we just created here, the div part, here I am appending that canvas there, and along with that I am storing that image as my local storage. So what is happening with this is I have that image available in my local storage, and as soon as I do that, this image, since it's coming from local storage, so it's on my same domain, and it will be able to print that image. So let's run this and see what is happening and how it is going to print it. So I'm going to run my server again. So just to reiterate what we have done, we have downloaded the image, and okay, so it's not going to do it. I forgot to do one important step. I have to actually call this generate PDF function with my HTML content. So for that I will be doing it in my ng after view init. So let me write that function also. Okay, let's go here, let's write it here, ng after view init and void. What we have to do, we have to call this dot start download, and with the image, this dot current purchase order dot po file, and my URL is in that object. So I need to do few checks also. I don't want to call this when I'm not, if I don't have that object available, then if I call this, it will start giving me errors. So just to safeguard from that, I will do a few checks. That is, this dot current purchase order should not be empty, and also this dot current purchase order dot po file should not be empty or undefined. So in that case, it will execute that function, and now let's run it. So with this, as soon as my view gets initiated, the start download will be called, and the start download will create a new image object. And this utility function dot download image, why I'm creating, because I want to share this object with this anonymous function here in whenever I'm calling. So I want to share that object with the image received function which is getting called here. So that's why I created a static reference. So this is nothing, just static reference, and then I am setting those information there, and whenever this method image received is called, I will be able to get that information, downloaded image, and create that canvas and add that canvas as an image and append it to my image box div. So now my server is getting started. So let's go back to our page. Okay, where is my page? Where did it go? Let me get it back. So let's refresh this. Let's go to purchase orders and to the test one. So now you saw my image is getting printed through canvas, and this is my image which came back, and I created a canvas with that, and it's getting printed here. And now if I print this, it will be able to print that. So now my image is there and it's available there. So let me go ahead and try to fix this background also. And this is coming because the background is not properly set, and it should be white, so I need to make it white. Just give me 1 second, I will fix that as well.